2. Ground ball. Lindor waits on it. He's got it. And the ball game is over. From 0-5 to OMG. What a ride. The Mets are going to the postseason in 2024.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Before we get there, we have to start from the beginning, all the way back to the season opener. The Mets, coming into the year with no real expectations, somehow failed their expectations. Not only did they lose their first game, their first 2 games, their first 3 games, not even their first 4 games, but they started the season with a horrendous 0-5 record. The season literally could not have started worse. But the Mets, looking to bounce back, spent the next week or two retooling and were able to get back to around 500. Then on April 27th, their hero arrived.
Fly ball, center field. Back goes Ciani to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Mark Vientos wins the game for New York with a 2-run homer!
Mark Vientos, a guy who hadn't even made the team out of training camp, was beginning to prove that he might be an absolute godsend for New York. After the Mets got hot, they went cold again and began to fall back towards 500. They played some good competition, but still could not take care of business. They would end up losing 2 of 3 to the Marlins, getting swept by the Guardians, and actually dropped 6 of their next 7 games. The stands were practically empty as fans had basically given up. They even had me second guessing. And I'm a Yankees fan. We can forget about that. And then when things couldn't possibly get worse, the Mets hit rock bottom.
De Jesus has got a short fuse, and he threw Lopez out of the game. It has just gotten worse.
Whoa.
And Lopez.
But that particular action of throwing your glove into the stands was unacceptable. Looking back on it, do you regret doing that?
No, I don't regret it. I think I've been looking the worst team probably in the whole MLB. So
the incident with Lopez practically summed up the entire season, and the Mets were the laughingstock of the league. And when things seemed as if they couldn't get any worse, the Mets' savior arrived.
Co-host of the Mets official podcast, Meet at the Apple. All right, Grimace, it's your pitch.
For some odd reason, Grimace throwing out that first pitch electrified the Mets, leading them to win 7 in a row. Now we gotta give credit where it's due, and he wasn't the only guy who got the Mets going. Jose Iglesias, another hero for the Mets, used his song OMG to elevate this team, and the vibe all around was looking great. It even created a trend, the OMG home run sign. All of a sudden, the Mets were having fun again, and things would get even better when July rolled around and Francisco Lindor turned things into another gear. Lindor went on an absolute rampage in the second half, and for about the final 3 months of the season, he carried this team to the playoffs. Mind you, even though Lindor had a good chance at MVP, he wasn't the only guy that kept this Mets team in it. You have to commend this pitching staff. From August to the final game, they were locked in. Sean Manaea became an ace, and the guys around him took things to another level as well. Even without Kodai Senga, this staff was looking elite. Luis Severino, David Peterson, Jose Quintana, they all took things seriously, and with the help of each other, they were able to push this Mets team to the end of the season. And when it came down to Game 1 of a doubleheader in Atlanta for a shot at the postseason, we get back to where this video all started.
2-2. Ground ball. Lindor waits on it. He's got it. And the ball game is over. From 0-5 to OMG. What a ride. The Mets are going to the postseason in 2024. And what an incredible game to clinch.
After another wild win in Milwaukee, this absolutely insane ride for the Mets is only going to continue. Tonight, they play Game 1 of the NLDS in Philly, and who knows what we could see from this team. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let's go Mets!